Hi, this is Nick with Nick's Forecast. Anyways, here to talk to you today on this Saturday and my first broadcast for Nick's Forecast. Anyways, I talked about all things real estate, financing, funding for all different types of things, residential, commercial, land, building, buying apartment buildings. There's a lot of different avenues to buy real estate, and that's what we're here to help you do. One thing I want to just talk about today is tax auctions. Tax auctions are a great way to buy, and they only happen once a year, usually in August, September. On the East Coast and West Coast, they're not as prevalent, except in the country areas, rural areas, but in the Midwest, the Southeast and Southwest, they're more prevalent. And the rules vary from state to state, county to county, since it's a county thing. But you can get good deals, like Grant Cardone says. You can do a 100x, 1000x on your properties. You can fix them up, sell them, rent them. I would keep them and rent them out because they're cheap. Instead of buying, a property, for example, for 250,000 cash or 100,000 cash or whatever, depending where if you're in a city area or rural, you could go to one of these auctions. You might spend $900. You might spend, 25,000. You might spend 100,000. You may spend, for an apartment building like in Indianapolis last year, they had 23 pages of stuff. You had apartment buildings. You might spend $1 million, but the property may be worth a lot more. You may have to hold on to it for a year or more, and then you have to wait. They have a buyback period. They have a chance to buy it, but it's a very profitable way. And the number in the late 90s, there's these two guys that used to talk about buying tax auctions in the past, and I always thought it was kind of weird until I started looking into it, and I've bought properties in tax auctions. I've gotten properties for $1,000, $800. Now they're worth 150. 170,000, 120,000. I mean, they've gone up, 100x style. So this is a good thing. So anyways, it's something for you to take a look at, and something to be mindful of. I'll get more into tax auctions later, but I just wanted to kind of give you a taste of it. It's something you need to explore. And so a lot of them won't be coming around till next year, but it's something to keep your eyes on, because this is another way in the real estate game to make money. Now remember, it's all cash, so you got to pay after the auction. So bring your checkbook, or bring a cashier's check made out to the county collector's office or assessor's office, usually the collector's office, depending on the county. But you need to look at it, especially in the Midwest, Southeast, and Southeast, Southwest, and the Midwest, really good areas. Like on the West Coast, if you're in the rural counties, you have some shots. In the big city areas, you're not going to get anything. Generally not, because it's not very talked about. East Coast the same way, but there are opportunities to do it. So something you might want to check. Maybe you have a friend or relative, and somewhere in the Midwest, Southeast, or Southwest, something to look into. But it's some serious money, especially, like I said, in the big city areas, Memphis, Nashville, even Chicago, which is high priced, but there's stuff. Indianapolis had a lot of stuff last year. St. Louis, Kansas City, Little Rock, Arkansas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, a lot of the big cities in Texas, Dallas, Fort Worth, which is an hour away from Dallas, San Antonio, El Paso, Plano, College Station, which is 2 hours from Houston. I mean, there's some good stuff. Grant Cardone just talked about his giant apartment building he bought in the Houston area, and it's a high-end area, but there's still, you can get a lot of tax auctions in those areas, and you can get a lot of properties. So it's a way for you to work it. If you're getting you see a big property like a building or apartment building, you might be going with some people. If you don't have the cash, but get a bunch of people together and buy it. But remember, you're gonna have to hold on to it for a year. You may lose it, and you'll still get your money back. But I'm telling you, houses, residential, commercial, it's a way to make cash. So anyways, this is Nick's forecast. I'll be talking here every week, and I'll get more and more detail. My site will be up soon. It'll be nicksforecast.com. You go to Prime Capital Management, INC.com, another sister site, or leasefundsusa.com will be another sister site, and then we'll have my proof of funds site up, proofoffunds.net, which are coming up too, because that's a whole different area. But I'm going to go the ins and outs of ways that you can buy real estate. I've been in the real estate industry for a long time, and mortgages, real estate, so I know all the ins and outs. And the subprime is the non-prime now. There's still no doc. There's stated loans out there. There's no doc and stated loans for commercial. I've got a no doc loan for commercial, do up to 85% LTV. You can buy up to 100 units, 100 apartment buildings too. And so 100 units at a time, you can own up to so many. And it varies between the different funders. I've got funders that don't advertise, so you never hear about them. Stated deals up to 75% LTV. But the cool part is the rates are still pretty low, artificially low. Today, RIS magazine came out and rates are still hovering about 3.3%. They're a little lower. 15 years, usually a little higher. They were still pretty low in the 3.5 range. So there's some good deals as far as that goes. But the big juice when you get these tax sales, and this is what Grant Cardone always talks about. That's why I love Grant Cardone. He rocks. And I watch his broadcast every week because he knows what he's talking about. And you should see his new 650 jet Gulfstream, which is pretty awesome, hard to get. One thing he talks about where the juice is at is when you refinance. So a lot of it when you get these tax sale homes, you keep them as rentals, and you refinance them up to 50 to 75%. You could go 85, maybe 90, depending on what the deal is. But you can still make money, and that's what it's all about. So anyways, and there's no tax implications on that. Commercial's a little bit different. But anyways, I'll be talking to you soon. Go to Craig's. You go to Nick's Forecast at gmail.com, NICKS Forecast, FORCAST at gmail.com, Nick's Forecast at gmail.com, and I'll be talking to you.